Good afternoon, everybody. It is Sunday, the 25th of June, and it was a beautiful day earlier, but forecasted to rain about 50%, and Mother Nature is not letting us down. But I'm not going to let it stop me from getting done what I want to get done, and that was putting some meat on the grill. My BQ Grills patio version for the first time. So I got a slab on there and about 8 wings, and this is just my tester. I want to fill this grill out. Last week I was playing with temperatures and seeing what the gauge was going to do in comparison to what the temps would run on the grill. They were a little bit high last week when I was running low, and now they seem to be settling down for whatever reason. Maybe it's because I ran the grill for the first time last week. Maybe I needed to run the burner a little bit, and but I got it to settle down at 350, right where I want it. This is where I like to cook, around 300 and 350. As I said, this is not a indirect cooker. This is a direct cooker, right? The meat is sitting directly on top of the heat source. And I'll go over here and I'll show you what I got over here on the back side. I loaded up the back with some wood so I can get some smoke flavor. I only needed about 20 minutes on it, and I think it already has burned off. Let's see if I can touch this thing. It's too hot for me to touch it and open it so I can show you, but I'm not seeing much more smoke come out, so I'm assuming that it has burned off. But I'll open up this grill so you guys can see what it looks like. Okay, there we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wings and a slab of ribs. As I said, this is just my tester. I wanted to fill this puppy out and play with the gauges a little bit, see how it cooks. Close this back up. I don't want too much heat to escape. But once these ribs get done, I'll do a follow-up video and let you guys see exactly what the product looks like after it gets done. So guys, I just want to follow up real quick. I said I was going to give you guys a ending video of what the product looked like. I was able to get the smoke. I actually thought the handle on the smoke box was too hot to handle, and I was able to get it open, add a couple pieces of wood in there. I want to show that to you. As you can see, I don't overload the box. I'm not crazy about putting excessive amount of wood on it. I just need a little bit of smoke. So that's what the box looks like. So guys, I'm back right now, and I hadn't planned to actually do this, add this portion to a sauce to the video, but you know what? I wanted to share this because whenever I do my ribs, I really get compliments on the sauce, and I want to share that with you guys out there that watch my videos, and anybody else that's new to the channel. This is how I make up a sauce for my ribs and my chicken, and it really seems to be popular and people really like it, the ingredients that I add. So the first thing I want to do is say this, okay? If you make your own sauce, that's fine. The sauce that I have right now here is just a store-bought sauce, and there's 1 cup of sauce right here in this measuring cup. So I'm going to pour that right in the pan. It's 1 cup of sauce. Some of the things I have measured out, some things I don't, because I do a lot. I don't, I don't typically actually use a lot of measuring. I'm so used to cooking, and I measure with my eyes and my taste. That's how I measure. But for this particular video, I'm gonna try to help you guys out a little bit. So this is dry mustard right here. This is about a half a tablespoon of dry mustard. Okay, on top of that, first ingredient, just want to go over the ingredients real quick. The first ingredient I added, okay, was the barbecue sauce. Second was the dry mustard. The third ingredient that I add here, okay, this is about a half a cup of brown sugar. This ingredient right here, okay, this is, I don't want to call it a rub. It's a barbecue season that I have, okay. If you guys have a rub, you can use a rub. If you have a seasoned salt, use a seasoned salt, but I wouldn't put too much seasoned salt in here. This is more of a barbecue type of seasoned salt rub. And this right here, I have about I have about a half a tablespoon inside of here. The next ingredient I have right here is garlic powder, and this is a tablespoon of garlic powder. And the next ingredient that I add, okay, is onion powder. This is a tablespoon of onion powder. One of the ingredients that I found that really makes the flavor of the sauce pop is this red wine vinegar. And normally what I'll do is I'll add a couple shakes. That's probably around about, I'd say, 1/4 of a cup. And the next ingredient is White House apple cider vinegar. Okay, White House apple cider vinegar. That is the one that I use. It's really popular down south in North Carolina. You can find it at some stores up here in this area, but not all the stores. But this is the apple cider vinegar that I like to use. And I usually put about a 1/3 of a cup of this in there. And the last thing, well, not the last one, the one that really makes it pop too is Grandma's molasses. And this I'll add, I'd say, about 1/3 a cup. And the last ingredient is Crystal hot sauce. And this is the one that I use. And let me tell you something. Not every hot sauce, okay, is going to make your barbecue sauce taste good. There's a lot of hot sauces out there, okay, that are just hot. They don't have any flavor to it. This particular one adds a really nice flavor to your barbecue sauce, okay? This is the Crystal. A couple of drops of that. And then what I'll do is I mix all this up and I run it on low and let everything marinate. On low. And you have to watch your sauce, okay, because it will burn on you, all right? So on low for about 15 or 20 minutes, okay? Come back, take a little taste. You'll know when the sauce is ready once you taste it, okay? You'll know whether all those flavors have blended well enough for you. And that's pretty much it. Guaranteed, if you try this, okay, you're really going to love the flavor of your barbecue. And the last thing I want to say about this, okay, I do not put barbecue sauce on the meat while it's on the grill. Too much sugar is in the sauce. And what you have is dark colored meat. It burns, okay? It doesn't, and also too, it blocks the meat from cooking. It closes up the pores on the chicken, okay? And it doesn't allow the meat to cook the way that I like for the meat to cook. I do not put barbecue sauce on the meat while it's on the grill. I wait until all my meat is done, and then I pull it off the grill, and then I coat the barbecue sauce on it then. If you decide to do it on the grill, that's up to you. But me, that's not what I do. I don't put any barbecue sauce on the meat until after I get done cooking it. So that's the segment I wanted to add to the video. The next one will be when I pull the meat off the grill. Okay, guys, I'm back. The ribs have been on about 2 hours and 20 minutes, and we're about to pull these puppies off the grill. I actually already pulled the chicken off. I pulled the chicken off about a half an hour ago, so I didn't record that, but I'll show you what it looks like once I get everything inside. So let's open this puppy up. And also too, let me just roll back my temps. So I opened it up about 2 minutes ago, and the temps dropped pretty fast with the grill when you open up the lid. So it was at 350, but now it's at 300. And that's where I like to cook, around between 300 and 350. So I'm good with that. And these ribs are ready to go. So let's open this up. All right, so there goes the finished product right there. I'm gonna get real close. Now look at the ribs, okay? And you see the way it's pulled up, how the meat is pulled up on the bones. I actually already picked them up with the fork to see if I can get that bend that I like when my ribs are done. And it tells me everything about these ribs, whether they're done or not. I can just look at them. I've been cooking ribs for years, so I know when they're done. These puppies are ready to go. I'm going to take them in the house and cut them up, and I'll show you guys how I cut them up and then how I sauce them. Okay, so here we go. Again, like I said, these ribs are done. I'm inside now, and I'm going to cut them up. So what I do is I'll flip them over, and I'm going to hold these ribs up for you. I slice in between all the bones, okay? That's how I slice up my ribs. So here is my chicken right here, just to show you what that chicken looks like. Now I'm going to place the ribs inside the tray. And if you're wondering why I'm putting them in the tray, is because these ribs I'm cooking, these are my test ribs because this is the first time I've cooked on the grill. But actually, I'm going to give these ribs to a friend of mine. I promised him that I would cook some ribs for him. And these are going to be the ones. He's going to actually get the first ribs off of this grill. And as I'm pulling them off and I'm cutting them up, I can tell that these ribs are done to perfection just by the way that they're cutting for me. Now that I've got them cut up, again, like I said, I do not put sauce on the ribs while they're cooking. I do it everything, all the sauce afterwards. This is my sauce. Now I'm going to spread the sauce over the ribs. When I was cooking commercially for a lot of people, this is how I did it. And I'm just going back to doing things the way I used to do. Now that I've got them sauced, what I'm going to do now, I actually already have my full out. What I'm going to do now is just put the foil right over top of the ribs and let them sit under the steam that gets created when you put that foil on top. And that will make that sauce just stick to the ribs like glue. And these ribs are done, guys. That's how I do my ribs. So, if you like what I just did, what you saw, please give me a thumbs up, comments if you have any comments, and hopefully you like what you see.